Audacity is a free and open source audio recorder for Windows, Mac, and Linux. It has lots of features for audio recording with an audio interface or microphone and editing that audio with tools for audio restoration, compression, equalization, and more. Audacity is great because of its simplicity and accessibility, meaning anyone can learn to use it as an audio recorder, but does have some limitations compared to other digital audio workstations, particularly around working with MIDI and virtual instruments. In this video, we're going to cover how to use Audacity as an audio recorder and editor. Before starting this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notifications to keep learning about home music recording. To get Audacity, all we have to do is go to the Audacity website, download the installer, run the installer, and follow the instructions and prompts on screen. Then, we can launch Audacity on our system. The first thing that's important to do with Audacity once it's running is to configure our audio hardware if we're using any. This will be our audio interface, microphone, or even the built-in audio in our computer if we choose to use that. From the main screen on Audacity, we can press the Audio Setup button to get a drop-down with some options. The Behringer Euphoria UM2 is a budget audio interface for home recording. This USB interface connects easily to the computer by USB and features a single microphone input with a built-in preamp and phantom power for condenser microphones and instrument-level input with recording for electric guitars and bass, input monitor to hear the audio back in real time, and audio outputs for headphones and monitor speakers. To get a UM2 audio interface for your own recording projects, check out the links in the video description down below. If we're making music with Audacity, we should create a click track first to make sure we can play along and keep time. To do this, go to the top menu under Generate and select Rhythm Track. Here you can select the tempo in beats per minute, number of beats per bar, swing, and number of bars. At the top of the plugin, press Generate to create a click track. With this generated, we now have our first audio track in Audacity. The top left has an X button to remove the track. The drop-down lets us change the track name. On the left, we have the mute button, which turns off the track so we don't hear it, and the solo button that allows us to isolate tracks. The effects button is used for real-time effects, and we'll come back to this shortly. Below, we have the minus and plus slider, and this is the volume slider for this software. The L and R slider is for left and right to pan the track side to side in stereo space. Now let's go over the toolbar at the top. On the left we have the transport. There's the pause, play, and stop buttons to move through our track. We also have skip back and forwards buttons. The record button is used to record audio from our audio input. Last, there's a button to loop a section of playback. The next set of tools are for the mouse. First, we have a time selection tool to select part of our audio in time. This can be used to tell Audacity when to apply effects to. Then there's the envelope tool to change the volume level. If we zoom in, we can use the draw tool to change individual samples in the audio. Last, we have the multi-tool, which can combine the functions of the time selector and the envelope tool without having to switch between them. To the right, we have buttons to change the zoom and view along the top. Below, there's some tools to erase parts of our track. The first button erases everything outside the time selection and keeps whatever is within it. The second button deletes what's within the time selection and keeps everything else surrounding it. To the right, we have the input level monitor and master output level. Now let's record our track. With the audio input set up, just press the large record button to record our audio track. If we record again after this, it will continue to record on the same track after the first recording, but if we press the Shift-R buttons on the keyboard instead, we can record on a new track. If you're running into issues with the audio recording not lining up with your click track, it may be because of latency in your audio equipment and computer. This can be fixed by measuring and correcting the latency, which we covered how to do in a previous video. For editing, we have some effects available under the Effects menu at the top. To use these, we have to use the Time Selector tool to select the parts of the clip that we want to apply the effects to, and then we can select the effect to open the window. Audacity comes with plenty of different effects such as noise removal, pitch and speed change, volume changes and fades, compression, equalization, and modulation effects. The built-in audio effects in Audacity are applied as a process. This means they are applied and saved to the track, and you can't go back and adjust the settings for the effect without undoing everything else that was done after that. Also, if you close Audacity, you'll need to save the changes to the audio clip to make it permanent. With some recent updates to Audacity, you can click the Effects button on the tracks to apply real-time effects. With this, you'll get an effects panel that opens up, and you can select the effect and open it into a window to apply it to the track. Unlike the effects menu at the top, these effects can be changed and the editing is not permanent. They're instead processed in real time. Audacity does not come with any real-time effects included, but it will work with most VST and VST3 plugins you can download and install from third parties. Once you're done recording, editing, and mixing your track, use the Time Selection tool to select the time selection of the tracks you want to export. Go to the File menu at the top, select Export, and choose to export as an MP3 or a WAV file, then adjust the file settings and quality and the name. Thanks for checking out this video on recording and editing audio with Audacity. If this video helped you out, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon to get notified whenever new videos are released. You can also check the video description for links to products featured in this video and social media accounts to stay up to date on all our new content.